You are falling through the sky. The wind is rushing past your ears, the ground is rapidly approaching, and right before you smash into the concrete, your entire body violently jerks. You wake up gasping for air, sweating in the dark of your bedroom, heart pounding against your ribs. You probably assume your brain just created a scary nightmare, which caused your body to jump in fear. But you are completely wrong. Make sure to watch this video until the very end, because the final scientific fact will reveal the terrifying medical reason why your brain actually forcefully paralyzes you while you sleep, and what would happen to your physical body if it failed. To understand the deepest secrets of the human mind, we have to start by breaking a fundamental illusion about how your brain constructs reality. The falling dream is one of the only psychological phenomena experienced by almost every single human being on Earth, regardless of culture, age, or background. And it is almost always accompanied by a violent, full-body muscle spasm that snaps you awake. In the medical and scientific community, this physiological glitch is formally known as a hypnic jerk, or a sleep start, for centuries. People believed this was a profound spiritual event. Some ancient texts described it as the soul returning to the body after wandering the astral plane, while other cultures believed it was a literal demon trying to drag you down into the underworld. Today, in our modern world, we tend to dismiss it simply as a random, meaningless nightmare. We logically assume that the terrifying mental image of falling off a cliff, tripping down the stairs, or slipping off a curb caused our physical body to jump in fear. But neurologists have mapped the electrical activity of the brain during these events, and they discovered that it is actually the exact opposite. The physical jump happens first. Your brain did not create a dream that scared you. Instead, your physical nervous system malfunctioned. The storytelling part of your brain felt the physical jerk, panicked, and frantically hallucinated a hyper-realistic dream about falling to explain why your body was jumping. The dream is nothing more than a fabricated cover story created after the fact. To truly understand why your body violently jerks in the middle of the night and why your brain goes to such extreme lengths to lie to you about it, we have to look far back into human history, into the deepest, oldest layers of your DNA. If you want to decode why your brain behaves the way it does when the lights go out, you have to remember one crucial biological fact. Your brain is ancient. Millions of years ago, our early primate ancestors did not sleep on comfortable memory foam mattresses in locked, secure houses. To survive the night, they slept high up in the treacherous canopy of trees to avoid being hunted and eaten by nocturnal predators prowling the jungle floor. If you fall asleep in a tree, gravity is your biggest, most relentless enemy. If you enter deep sleep and your muscles relax entirely, your grip on the branch fails, your balance is lost, and you plummet 50 feet to your death. Therefore, evolutionary survival dictated that the early human brain had to develop a hardwired, highly sensitive internal alarm system to constantly monitor muscle tension and balance. Fast forward millions of years to today. You are lying safely in your modern bed. The room is quiet. You are in zero danger. But the deepest, most ancient part of your brain, a primitive structure called the brainstem, does not know that beds exist. It does not understand modern architecture. It is still operating on ancient life-or-death survival code designed for the jungle canopy. When you get into bed after a long, exhausting day and fall asleep very quickly, your physiology undergoes a rapid shift. Your breathing slows down, your core body temperature drops, and crucially, your muscles rapidly relax as you transition from wakefulness into the first stage of sleep. And this is exactly where the glitch happens. Your brainstem feels your muscles rapidly going limp. But because it is still programmed for the treacherous heights of the forest canopy, it misinterprets this rapid relaxation. It does not think we are safely relaxing in a bed. It thinks your physical grip has failed. It thinks you are in free fall, plummeting out of the tree to your death. In a fraction of a millisecond, the brainstem panics. It overrides all other systems and fires a massive, high-voltage electrical shock down your spinal cord and directly into your limbs. It is literally trying to force your muscles to aggressively contract so you can reach out and catch yourself on a branch before you hit the ground. That massive, desperate electrical shock is the violent jerk you feel. Simultaneously, the electrical signal hits the visual cortex of your brain. The cortex is the higher-level part of your brain responsible for logic, reason, and storytelling. It feels this sudden, violent jolt of electricity and thinks, "What just happened? Why did we just brace for a catastrophic impact?" In less than a second, the cortex fabricates a vivid, hyper-realistic hallucination of you tripping down the stairs, slipping on ice, or falling off a building to justify the physical spasm. It uses whatever setting is most familiar to you. It creates a vivid dream to make sense of the sudden electrical misfire. You wake up convinced you were having a nightmare, completely unaware of the neurological battle that just took place in the darkest corners of your mind. If decoding the secret language of your brain is changing how you view your own mind, please hit the like button. It helps us bring more scientific truth to the darkest parts of the human subconscious. But this raises an important question. Why does this terrifying phenomenon happen to some people every single night, while others rarely experience it at all? The frequency of the falling dream is not random. It is actually a direct, unfiltered window into the current state of your waking life. Neurologists and sleep scientists have found that hypnic jerks are massively amplified by stress, anxiety, chronic sleep deprivation, and high caffeine intake. When you are heavily stressed, whether it is from work, relationships, or financial anxiety, your brain is flooded with the stress hormone cortisol. Cortisol keeps your brain's threat detection system, the amygdala, in a state of hyper-alertness. It prepares you to fight or flee. When you finally lie down to sleep at the end of the day, a biological battle occurs. Your exhausted physical body tries to shut down rapidly, seeking recovery. But your overstimulated, stressed out, cortisol-drenched brain refuses to let its guard down. It is scanning for threats that aren't there. The part of your brain trying to keep you awake fights against the part of your brain trying to put you to sleep. This internal friction causes neurological sparks, misfires in the nervous system, resulting in violent and highly frequent hypnic jerks. If you are experiencing the falling dream multiple times a week, your subconscious mind is not warning you about a physical fall. It is trying to send you a crucial message. It is warning you that your nervous system is trapped in a dangerous state of chronic hypervigilance, unable to properly shut down. And this brings us to the terrifying scientific fact I promised you at the beginning of the video. There is a very old, very common urban myth that says if you actually hit the ground in a falling dream, your heart will stop and you will die in real life. That is completely false. You wake up before you hit the ground simply because the brainstem has completed the physiological catch response, snapping you back to consciousness. But what happens if this ancient alarm system fails? What happens when your body stops jerking? The brainstem finally lets its guard down, and you successfully enter deep sleep. Your brain executes a terrifying secondary survival protocol. Once you move past the light sleep stage and enter deep REM sleep, which stands for rapid eye movement, the phase where your most vivid, bizarre, and intense dreams occur, your brain releases two specific neurotransmitters, GABA and glycine. These chemical messengers flood down from your brain into your spinal cord and literally sever the connection to your motor neurons. Your brain induces a state formerly known as REM atonia. This is full-body chemical paralysis. Your muscles are completely switched off. You cannot move. Your brain intentionally and aggressively paralyzes your physical body every single night for one horrifyingly logical reason. If it didn't, you would physically act out your dreams. If you dreamt of running from a monster, you would stand up in bed, run full speed into a wall, and severely injure or kill yourself. In fact, there is a medical condition called REM sleep behavior disorder, where this exact chemical paralysis fails, and people violently act out their nightmares, often harming themselves or their partners. So the next time you wake up violently from a falling dream, gasping for air in the dark, do not be afraid. Your brain is just running a system check. It is just your ancient primate DNA trying to save your life. Thank your brain for making sure you didn't fall out of the tree, right before it forcefully locks you inside your own paralyzed body for the rest of the night. If this video made you realize just how powerful, ancient, and strange your own mind truly is, please subscribe to the Neuroscape. We are dedicated to exploring the beautiful, terrifying science of the subconscious mind. Leave a comment below. What is the weirdest place you have ever fallen from in a dream? Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.